Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Northern the gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson. A lesson of warning, a lesson of being circumspect. As the scriptures say, that we're supposed to be circumspect. Okay, which circumspect means to pay attention and to look around you. Like when you go into circle, you go into circum or circumference. It means all around. Okay, so being circumspect meaning paying attention to your surroundings, spiritually, physically, mentally, however you want to deem it. Also, knowing that you have men that's in this thing that have been set up by Esau, Edom, and the authorities to really spy out our liberties and to demonize this movement. Okay, like right now, the big title now, or the big harp on now, or a few videos that I seen come out was going into this Hebrew defense unit. For one thing, we don't need no goddamn defense, okay? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is our defense. Okay, the Lord said that wait upon me until I rise up against the prey, because my determination is to gather the nations. So that's our defense, not ourselves, not our weapons, not our carnal means of subtlety, as we're seeing displayed here, this Hebrew defense unit. And the reason why it's suspect is because of the simple fact, I mean, there's no information on this thing. I did a Google search and, looked through Google, and I couldn't find anything regarding these this group here, Hebrew Defense Unit, or the HDU, okay, which promotes, just looking at the particular emblems here, look like it promotes guns, okay, AR-15s, type of guerrilla warfare, pretty much like a militia, a Hebrew militia group. And we know that we have camps set up that's in opposition of the truth, and I know a few names off the hand that adhere to these particular policies of getting carnal, okay? Esau Edom used this, and he would use this to demonize the whole movement, because like I always say, Esau, he likes to paint a broad picture with a light brush, okay? So it don't matter whether you call yourself GMS or any other of our affiliate camps. The fact that you see something like this, we're all going to be linked into this, because this is Esau's way of just ridding the whole movement in entirety, because he has set up guys like this, and before you know it, he's rolling on everybody, when he in fact knows, he has intel, and he's smart enough to know what group is doing what. But see, he doesn't care, because it don't matter. It's the fact that we're calling ourselves Hebrew Israelites, which is the actual threat. All right, so when you got guys like this, like I said, you really have no information on this channel. This channel doesn't feature any other channels, no communities. You got a playlist with 7 videos. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos within a year. Okay, and then it says, what can Ruach unchain and blockchain? Whatever Ruach is, I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's trying to say Rakah. I'm not sure. But it says Israelites and an anti-warrior spirit. And then, of course, you got a nigga with dreadlocks. Look like he's harnessing an AR-15. You see what I'm saying? And when Esau see it, and then he's wearing black. Like, that's another form of a psyop, okay? You wearing black. Okay, because it's not that black is just a wicked color that you can't wear black, but when you are predominantly dressed in black, that's some agent provocateur shit. Okay, because we know that Esau Edom with his troops and his militias, his Blackwater troops, the FBI, the CIA, oftentimes when they do raid, they wear dark colors or they wear fatigues. You know what I'm saying? And I do know that for a fact, just through reading books, novels. They show you on movies, research, Black Panthers. Even you got Israelite camps out there that their predominant attire is all black. Like, what the fuck, are you a witch or something, man? Okay, and I'm not against black by all means. I mean, I like black, but I wear it as a formal attire when I feel like wearing black. But when your uniform is completely black, that's kind of suspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody saw me wear black 7 days out the week or 30 days out of the month, people gonna start questioning, like, wait a minute, like, are you some type of CIA agent, or you some type of hitman? Like, what's up with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you wear black, you got a black car, you got, everything in your crib is black. Like, what the hell, you use a witch? But see, it's little things like this that kind of raise the eyebrows up that you younger brothers you have to pay attention to and stir clear of, man, because they're gonna use groups like this or whoever these people are to demonize the truth, man. Hebrew defense unit. We don't need no damn defense but the Lord. Okay, and it's not telling brothers that, whatever you have in your possession, that's on you. The scriptures is not against you harnessing a sword, okay, which is a gun or, weapons. Or, certain brothers was in the military, certain brothers got concealed carry, certain brothers got, they took up martial arts and trained in weapons and stuff like that. That's all fine. That's for your fortress. That's to protect your person. But when you're promoting it as doctrine and you're promoting it as to taking down the authorities with it, that's when it becomes a problem, because now Esau can deem you a threat. And he will use this to roll on us. Okay, and I'm going to get into some scriptures, but this also stood out to me too. I hope it's still on my channel, because a lot of times I go to the community section and I repost things. But this right here, okay, like when you see, like I said, very suspect behavior, steer clear away from these other groups. The elder brother put out a video on another finagle between the ISUPK and the IUIC. I believe it was down in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Salaki, if I'm off on that, forgot what state. But this is kind of suspect, as we know both these groups are bought and paid for by Esau. So that's suspect. So we're already seeing how Esau was going to use these particular men to home in on the true men of the Lord. Like we always say, man, these other groups, man, majority of them are set up by Esau. Okay, now you're going to have some sincere followers in them groups, man. We're not saying that everybody in the UPK or UPK or IUIC or the Sakari, we're not saying all them brothers in there are sellouts. You have some actual sincere men that's part of these groups that's really looking to serve the Lord. But I highly believe and I highly suspect that their leadership have been severely compromised, okay? And I'm going to stand on that. Okay, Al-Azhar, I believe he's been extremely compromised. And you can't tell me different. Okay, and knowing their history from the ancient world, just the type of how they got down, the Lord said ain't nothing new under the sun. So everybody falls in a lot. Okay, we know that the Zealots were a bunch of carnal-based men that didn't want to take orders from anybody. They didn't even want to follow Yahushua. And then you had the wicked scribes and Pharisees, which was directly in league with the police along with the centurions. So history doesn't lie, man. And oftentimes history repeats itself. And I mean, we can't make this shit up, man. But just for, just a word of caution, you brothers, stir clear. Make sure you're not posting anything overly controversial. If you have social media sites, man, be circumspect on what you post on these things, man. Honestly speaking, we really shouldn't even be on these sites declaring our Hebrew heritage or what we do. If you have a social media site, it should be that of you and your family, what you do in your life. You like to film birds or walk in the park, or you like to go on vacations with your wife and kids. That's what your social media should display. Okay, it should not display Israelite content. And myself, I've been guilty of that in the past too. Coming up in this thing, we post things on Facebook, but I don't even post none I haven't posted anything on Facebook in like a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. But regardless of that, man, oftentimes I see brothers posting all type of Hebrew Israelite content online, and I'm like, bro, like chill. Like, okay, you have 500 followers. Like, if they ain't got the message down, they not trying to get it. A lot of guys post things up because they want attention. They want to appear deep. They want people to see all that they are on some type of level, man, when you really don't know what the hell you're doing. Okay, this thing ain't about being deep. It's not about being on a level. It's not about bringing in people to like you. It's about sealing the elect, man. And the apostles warned us about this a long time ago. Because when you get implicated in folly like this, then that's when you go, man, I ain't do nothing, bro. What's up, bro? I was just, nah, bro. You didn't take heed. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be extra circumspect. But anyway, I just got a couple of precepts here. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Right. We walk in the flesh because we're flesh and blood mortals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're in the flesh because we're in these tainted ass bodies. But it says we don't war after the flesh, okay? Men war to obtain a corruptible crown. Okay, men go out and do the street teaching videos because they want to gather a following, okay? They want the glory. Like a prime example, the preview to the book of Clarence, that's a primary depiction of what Jake was like and like they are today. Okay, they got an inkling of the truth. They saw the Messiah. They saw the miracles that he performed, and they wanted to capitalize on those miracles because, just face it, Jake has been totally debased. We've been taken out of our glory, and every Jake has a lion in him that he wants to shine. I mean, we get that. We understand it. We all kings, but it's order to this thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't supersede order, for your own personal ambition. And it says, Yahweh Shai haven't even gotten his glory yet. So why you think you so important, nigga? Okay, you're not important. You're not on a level. The Lord ain't even get his glory on the planet Earth yet. So what more you? So this is why we ought to be humble. But it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, through the pulling down of strongholds. Right, it's not carnal. Okay, we don't have to be out there with AK-47s and Uzis and Tech 9s and SKs and, you know what I'm saying, Berettas and stuff like that to get the point across, man. We don't have to do all that. We don't have to have blickies on our hips. Now, what you have in your car and in your home, that's your own personal business. I'm not against any man having a sword on them when they outside of camp hours to take care of their business, and because it's dangerous out here. I mean, honestly speaking, it's very dangerous out here. But, at the end of the day, even then, it's just like, okay, it could be dangerous, but if you got faith, you ain't really worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, if you a man of the Lord is going to see you through. You ain't got to some brothers don't even own a gun, and they live in the most grimiest neighborhoods and don't even own a weapon because they're full of the faith of the Lord. And that's really what you should strive to be like. But we do get it that, it's a matter of being safe. Brothers got children and stuff like that. So be it. I mean, it's not against the scriptures. But when you promote it and you're teaching it, then it becomes like the scriptures say, do not let the ministry be blamed. Okay, and I'm going to get that. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, man. Okay, and we're pulling down the strongholds by teaching the word. Okay, we don't want to bring unwanted attention to ourselves if we don't have to. Blamed. We don't want to bring any type of crazy attention to ourselves if we don't have to, man. But, like I said, you got guys out there that go above and beyond just to make a point. And when they become the example, then that's when it becomes a problem. And we say, like, a lot of these groups, man, they're going to be responsible for us getting rolled on. One day somebody going to do something stupid, and Esau just going like, you know what? All units, let's move in. Let's roll on every camp. Because don't think for 1 second that this truth have not garnered the attention of the FBI. Okay, they're just a little bit more subtle than what they was with Malcolm. See, then they was able to roll on Malcolm. Maybe they would set him up anyway. He was set up by them, but they was able to roll on Malcolm X because back then, during the time of the civil rights movement, Jake didn't have really that many rights to really defend off the opposing forces. But now they have to move a little bit more subtle. Now they just can't directly violate us due to certain civil rights provisions and affirmative actions that's been put in place to protect so-called rights that we don't have. They have to do a little bit more subtle. They have to kind of set us up to fall for the snare. Meaning they have to slip a mole in you. They have to have somebody to say something, or they have to have without a reasonable doubt that there's some type of suspicious activity coming from your group, so they can be justified on linking the case to you. Because believe it or not, they're building up cases on all of us. Okay, and most of them are going to be falsely generated narratives that they've spent. That they've got from consumer reports, that they've got from media sites. They got sound bites of us coming out speaking, saying things that may not have been popular with the public, and even going behind your back and interviewing ex-girlfriends and their children and your wives and, your brothers, your mothers. They're getting all types of information on us, man. Okay, so don't be surprised that when they decide to pull a case on us, that people who you was once close with, they have a laundry list of a set of offenses that you allegedly committed. So don't be surprised when you have that in your mindset that any and everybody around you is a potential op. Then hey, it ain't gonna come to no surprise. Like, oh, I saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell brothers all the time, man. Be circumspect. Okay, because if you're not in this truth, then hey, you an op. I don't give a damn who you are. Be careful, brothers. All right, but this is the book of 2 Corinthians 6:3. It says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. Okay, and because of stuff like this, the ministry is being blamed, because when they think of Hebrew Israelites, they're thinking of Black Panther parties, they're thinking of insurrections, they're thinking of stage riots, and we're gonna do all types of wicked things to overthrow the government, when we're not gonna overthrow nothing, man. Okay, we're not overthrowing his government. This is Yahweh Shai's job. He's gonna do the overthrowing, and he's gonna use his men, okay, when he give them the power to fight in his stead as well. But as far as us, we're not posing any threats to Esau, to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We're not telling the FBI, yeah, we gon', we gonna get guns, or we gonna gun it out. No, man, we gonna defeat you through the spirit, with spiritual power. We don't need this. Okay, this is carnality right here. We don't care for this stuff. And Esau knows that. So basically, it's like you really beating a dead horse, even going into a video like this. But still, we have to put it out there, because at the end of the day, we ain't going to be implicated in a damn thing. That's true. It's going to be all falsified narratives. You see? So brothers, keep your head on a swivel. Romans 8, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, now there is therefore no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who walk not according, it says, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. And we walk solely after the spirit, man. We go out there, we do our little 2.5 hours, 3 hours camp, and then, we go home, take care of our business, take care of our families, go home and chill. Like me personally, I don't just run the streets, man. Like if I go somewhere, it's got to be, I have a purpose to where I'm going. Okay, I have my days, I'm like, I'm going to go to the park, sip me some yan, you know what I'm saying? Get a little nice and look at the trees and, look at the lights downtown and listen to some music and, get in my feelings. I have my days when I do that. But overall, man, if I'm going somewhere, it's very calculated. I make sure I have a destination. If it ain't to the store to get groceries, or to the gym to work out, or to martial arts, or going to kick it with a brother, I ain't just, or taking care of my personal business. I ain't just running the streets of Kansas City because I decide I want to get out and do something. No, man. If I hit something off the fly, if I do something off the fly, it's going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to go sit down and have me a bite to eat and something to drink. It ain't going to just be out here looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going down to Prospect. I ain't going down to X, Y, and Z just to drive down there because it's a nice day, man. That's younger days, 21-year-old days. When gas was 99 cents and then you can ride around the city and just do what you got to do and run into some folly. Nah, we don't do that, man. Okay, our folly is very handpicked and it's very meticulous. And it's folly that ain't going to get you in no crap, man. But it says, for the law of the spirit of life in Yahweh HaMashiach Yahweh Shai have made me free from the law of sin and death. But for what the law could not do, in it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. But going down here, this is the point. It says that the righteousness of the law may be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit, okay? And we walk after the spirit. It says, for they that are in the flesh or after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. And we've seen that countless of times. But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Okay? For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, okay? And this is not peaceful. Okay, but we do understand that you're going to have men that set up in a lot to do these things, and, they're going to get disbanded. Same thing when you go into the history of Theudas, okay, and he got, I believe, like 400 men. They was all disbanded because during the time of the taxing, you had several sieges when the Roman authorities rolled on Israelites, and you had revolts, okay, just like you're going to have today. And it says here, because the carnal mind is emptied me with the Most High, for it is not subjected to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High, man. But we are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. And of so be that the spirit of Yahweh dwell in you. But now if any man have not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, he is none his. Okay, and this is not of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai didn't push this. All right, and we're going to get another precept proving that. Okay, and that's not to say Yahweh Shai wasn't a warrior. He just knew what time it was, and he knew that for prophecy's sake, this thing had to be fulfilled. Okay, it's going to come a time that we're going to rise up and do what we have to do, but that's on the Lord's time. Okay, we ain't making videos. Yeah, we go into spiritual power, but that's spiritual power. Okay, and when people see that video, they mock and scoff that, like, oh yeah, you ain't getting superpowers. It's almost comical. Are you gonna get superpowers, supernatural powers? Okay. But Esau knows that's the case, but he ain't so much as is worried about something that he can't really fend off. It's this that he can defeat. Spiritual power scares him because of the simple fact he can't fare with it. This he can roll on that. That's carnal. You know, like I said here, this is the book of Matthew 26, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 50, 51. It says, and behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew out a sword and struck the servant of the high priest's ear and smote off his ear. And Peter basically smote off Malchus. He smote his ear off. And this is what Yahushua said. It says, then Yahushua said it to him, put up again thy sword into its place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Okay, it says, thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he should presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled that thus may be, man? Okay, so that's the point. He said, look, man, even if you was to do something, that weak shit ain't gonna cut it. He said, look, man, we can go beyond that. But the point about it is, he says, for all that take the sword shall perish by the sword. And these men, whoever the hell they are, is definitely promoting use of the sword, man. Okay, which is the modern day gun. But I'm in it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom and Abba Shalom.